Hello, everybody. Welcome back to New York Talk. This is the Scouting Report, and it's time to look ahead to another South Yorkshire derby. This time, a league trip to Oakwell, and we try to break our curse that Barnsley hold over us. We have Tom joining us from the Great Boys at Red All Over. How's it going, mate?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
Good stuff. Good to have you with us. Let's just talk about the season so far. It was a great first 9 games, and then a less good for 5 or 6 games after that. Just talk me through kind of the great start and then kind of what's happened since then.
Well, yeah, you pretty much summed it up there. We started off like an house on fire, and everything was hunky-dory. We're absolutely brilliant. First international break came along, and we sort of thought, well, it comes at a good time because some players needed a bit of a rest. We haven't got a massive squad, and then sort of you looked at run of games that we got coming up after the international break, and you thought, well, yeah, it's nice run of games, nice and simple. Can't really see where we're going to lose, and we haven't really won. It's just yeah, you look at the like sort of teams that we've lost against, and you sort of thought, well, not easy games, but the sort of the games you'd expect us to be ticking the points off, really. Sort of like Wimbledon, Blackpool, Port Vale. We're all sort of struggling when we came to play, and then we dropped the points. So yeah. Yeah, like a weird one. But hoping the 2-2 draw with Bradford at the weekend is sort of a turning point. I can't see many sides going to Valley Parade this year and taking points off them. Maybe a little bit lucky in sort of, especially with the first goal, bit of a wonder strike, and sort of, I mean, if you sort of, I would say if you look at the stats and sort of underlying numbers and things like that, it looks like we didn't really deserve to get a point. I thought they were very much on top in the first half, and we sort of got back into it in the second, but. Yeah, I'm hoping that this is the turning point, and you guys come to us and we get a bit of a spanking.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Just talk about Conor Horan, because obviously he's a first-time manager. What was the? I know he was obviously a great player for you before we heard the first time round. What was the thoughts and feelings when he took the job? Because obviously it's similar to the I'm sure coming in as it's a guy that's kind of well liked but no real experience. What was the fan vibe on that?
I suppose he took over, I think, 10 games at the end of last season, and didn't really pull up any trees. We didn't go on a massive winning streak. It weren't like, oh wow, look at this. The football improved, much better to watch, and you could but and when they finally gave him the job, it was a bit of a, well, we'll see how it goes. It weren't a massive overly. I wasn't overly excited by it, but then beginning of this season, exciting football to watch. His tactics that he started off with, a little bit strange. We play 4 at the back, but as left wing back, whatever, he's sort of bombing forward and became a winger as such, and then we almost played with 2 right wingers in Phillips and Caelan Vickers, and doubled up and sort of sat on left backs and caused them all sorts of problems. However, in the last couple of games, we've sort of scrapped that. Cleary's come on, and he's more left-sided, and we seem to be trying to double up on the left side rather than the right. And I'm not particularly sure it's worked. I think, to be honest with you, I think the biggest miss has been Kelly. He got injured during last international break, playing for, I think it's Northern Ireland. It might just be Ireland. Anyway, under 21s. And since he's been out of the team, we've looked poorer for it. But he came on at half time against Bradford and completely changed the game. So very comfortable on ball, loves to run at defenders. And I think if he starts, it's we could be onto a winner there.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, just talk to me about the setup, because we played you in the cup a month or two ago, whenever it was, and we started strong and you started weak, and you finished strong and we finished weak. So we never actually saw a good matchup of the actual game, which obviously you probably deserve to win in the end based on the second half. But what's an actual? But what is a proper Barnsley team? Is kind of 4 at the back and everything else. What was if you're going to have a good game Saturday? What's that going to look like in terms of formation and a few more personnel?
So, like I said, we play 4 at the back. So a double pivot of Connell and Bland just in front of the defence. And then it's been a bit of a sort of two wingers. And I don't know, sort of a false 9 in DKD. He's not really like an out-and-out striker. I think at the beginning of the season, it was very fluid up top. And sort of McGoldrick could drift out wide, or he'd come into centre, and it was very fluid, and it was very good to watch. I said we were doubling up on left back with Phillips and Vickers. We like to barring Bradford, we look very comfortable on the ball. We're quite good at retaining possession.
Okay.
And sort of push forward and sort of play a bit of a high line, which sometimes can the opposition hitting us on the break in transition. So if you've got quick players, which I think Nombe is pretty rapid, you may have some joy. But I'm hoping we'll just sort of retain possession and sit in your half and score a few goals and camp, really. But we haven't done that since the last international break. But like I say, I think we've missed Kelly. Yeah.
Fair enough. It's obviously South Yorkshire derby. What does this derby mean to Barnsley, other than 3 points basically every single time? Because how bad our record is. It's not a massive. I don't dislike Barnsley particularly, but it's a local one. I enjoy winning. What's it mean to you and Barnsley fans in general? Is it similar to us?
I don't know. I think probably because my generation, we seem to play it every year at one point, and then I think sort of 2012 we went up, then you went up, and we went down, and we sort of we missed each other for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're a weird one because we've got lots of rivals that don't see us as rivals. We hate Wednesday, Leeds, United, and they just look at us as like a poor. They just don't care, do they? So I suppose Rotherham really should be our more of a derby, but I don't know. It's quite a friendly one. I don't really see it as a. It's not. I don't think. I mean, I went to Millmore and actually been to your new stadium, but I went to Millmore and Don Valley. But I will be making the trip to the New York this year, taking kids. But yeah, I think it should be more of a rival than it actually is.
Yeah, I agree. On paper, it should be two reasonably similar clubs over the last 20 years or so. Very obviously very local. Yeah, it is weird. But I was speaking to Andy on this last year, And he, back in when he was younger, he said it was a really, really massive game, a really big derby. And obviously, it's just for some reason faded since then. So who knows? Who knows? If we start challenging for promotion together this year, it might spice up a bit, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's finish on score predictions, mate. Like I said, I think it's 6 or 7 wins in a row for Barnsley against us. It's a really, really terrible record. What's your score prediction for Saturday?
I mean, I've sort of got to go for a Barnsley win, to be honest with you. I hate to be saying this, but I sort of had you tipped for relegation right from beginning. Yeah, just to wind your fans up, kind of reel you in a bit. But no, I just sort of, because like you say, you've got an inexperienced manager. I wasn't massively impressed with sort of signings that you'd made. And I just kind of thought you might struggle, and I'm hoping you're going to struggle against us on Saturday, and I'm going to go for a 3-1, because you're guaranteed to score, because everybody does. Our defence is shocking, basically.
Fair enough. Let's wait and see. Based on our record, that would not surprise me in the slightest. Even when we played brilliantly in first half in League Cup, we still managed to balls it up. So it's the Rotherham United way against you guys. Thank you very much, Tom. If anybody wants to check out more of Tom and more of the Red All Over, we'll put the links in the show notes as well, because Red All Over is one of the good guys, I think. So thank you very much, Tom. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you subscribe. We're creeping up to 2,000 subscribers, so keep subscribing, because that counter is going up and up and up. So thank you everybody that's done so far, but please do, if you haven't done so already, and give the video a thumbs up as well. We will see everybody next time. Thank you for watching, and as always, up the Millers.